I just wish I had this kit when I was just starting out. That's all I'm going to say, honestly. I just wish I had this when I was just starting. So hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. I am here with another unboxing, and this is a nail kit by Cooserry. It's a very popular brand on Amazon. First of all, look how pretty it looks when you just open it up. This really took me by surprise. I was like, wow. So these are the nail tips that came in it. You have 100 of these natural colors and 100 of the clear colors. So based on the reviews on YouTube, I thought these nail tips were going to be thick to the point where you can't work with them, but I was confused because these nail tips are actually normal thickness, and the curve isn't all that curved either, it's slightly curved. Okay, so enough about the nail tips. These are the glitters. Oh my god, look how pretty they are. I was surprised because I wasn't even realizing that I would get so much glitter. I was just taking out glitter after glitter after glitter. You get 4 packs and 12 come in each, so in all you get 48 glitter colors, and since I got so much and they're so pretty, I had to use some in this video. Stick around to see what I do with them. Here I was just trying the clear nail tips to see if it was the same thickness, because normally the clear ones are a little bit thicker than the white ones, but it was the same thing. And we have some gems, and I went ahead and compared it to the ones I got in another kit, and the ones I got in this kit was actually quite bigger, so it's good to have a variety of sizes. So here's the information booklet. Feel free to pause. This kit is very beginner friendly. It is for beginners, so that's why I have instructions, and it comes with everything you need to do a nail set. This is the monomer. It is EMA monomer, so that's really good, and it says nail flowers monomer. I was really confused about that, but then when I smelled it, when I poured it out in the bowl, I was like, oh, it doesn't smell like monomer at all. It smells really sweet. We have 5 practice fingers, and the sticky thing on this is actually pretty strong. I'm going to demonstrate that. You can stick it on to any surface just to practice on, and I think I will definitely use this because I am tired of having to just hold the tips in my hand, so I'm definitely going to use this. I'm just showing you the size of the nail beds here. So these are the 2 acrylic brushes that came in the kit. You get a size 8 and a size 12. I am not a fan of these brushes personally. I prefer larger brushes, but again, this is for beginners, and also you have to clean these frequently when you're using the acrylic because they do get stuck in these brushes. So they also included this buffer which has a lot of steps on it to help you get the smoothest nails possible. Then they also included this 180 grit nail file, a small damping dish. They also gave you this nail tip cutter, and I have one similar to this, but this one is actually way sharper. So this one cut the tips really fast. You also get some nail files, so if you don't want to use the nail tips, you can use the nail file. You have a cuticle scissors and a tweezer, that you can use to pick up stuff. Then you have this dust brush. You can use to dust off the excess dust. And then in this little bag is what we have all been waiting for. I was so shocked to see a glue in this. So you get a glue, you get a primer, and you also get a top coat. And these are the 3 acrylic powders. You have pink, white, and clear. I'm just going to include this little part because the brush was giving me a hard time. I can't function with this brush, and also the product was kind of sticking to the bristles because it's not 100% Colin Sky. I was having a hard time with that. So you're just going to see the rest of the colors when I am putting them on the nails. So yeah, as I said, it was my first time using the cuticle scissors, so I wasn't really sure how to use it, but I did look on videos and I got some of my cuticles off. It was okay. I'm going in with some alcohol to remove all that oil. Then it's time to glue on the tips. As I said, I didn't say that, but I was going to use different nail tips in this video. I wanted to do long nails so you can see more of the application process, how the acrylic applies. So I wasn't going to use the nail tips in the thing because it's hard to shape long curved nails. But I will definitely use them for short nails. I love using curved nail tips for short nails. The glue, it gives you time to work with it to fix the tip if the tip is crooked, and I think that is great for beginners. So here's a little hack that you can do. I marked the nails with acetone where I wanted to cut them, and then it will leave a mark, right, because the tips are plastic. Then I go in with the tip cutter and cut the nails, and as you can see, it's very sharp and it cuts them very quickly. After cutting down the tips, I filed the edges and blend them in with the nail file I got in the kit. So you really don't have to do this, but I did it because I like the way how it looks. I went ahead and kind of buffed the tips with the nail file. Then I'm just going to use the brush and remove the dust. The reason why my nail beds are shiny is because I'm going to take the nails right off after I'm finished. But if you want these nails to stay on, go ahead, prep your nails and put on the primer and all of that. So, as I said, I wish I had this acrylic when I was starting out. The acrylic that I used when I was starting out, as you place the bead on the nail, it dries. Like you didn't have, no matter how much monomer you use, you didn't have any time to work with it. And I even tried them when I'm more advanced, like now, and it's still the same thing. But this acrylic, it does not dry super fast, but it is on like the faster side of drying. It doesn't take a long time to dry, so I would recommend this for beginners. I'm just going to put the acrylic on the nail, and you'll see me turning the nail to the side. Frequently, I'm checking to make sure that everything is on the same height. If it is not, I go ahead and add more acrylic or smooth it down with the brush. By the way, this is a size 12 acrylic cutting sky brush. If you want it, the link will be down in the description box. By the way, I did leave the thumb application in real time because I just wanted you guys to see how easy it was to work with the acrylic and again the consistency. Now I'm just laying that apex bead and I'm going in with the cuticle bead. A little tip for you: when you're going in with the cuticle bead, make sure to dry your brush off. You want that bead to be the driest of all the beads you've laid on your nails. I'm not saying to put like really dry acrylic on your nails, but dry the brush off, okay? So as you can see, I got that nice little apex going on, and I'm just going to fill in some of the gaps to make the nails more level. So now I'm going to explain to you my three ball method. So I take up one or two big medium runny beads for the length of the nail. I place it where the nail meet the tip. If one bead can't do, I go in with two or as much as it takes to fill the bottom of the nails. And as I said, these beads are medium runny because I want them to run down to the edge of the nails without me having to do too much. Then, when all that is good and perfect, I go ahead with one small, medium consistency bead for the apex, and I place that where I place the starting of the first bead. So make sure when you place any acrylic bead down, you pat the sides first and allow it to kind of set before you start swiping it, or else you just swipe away all of the acrylic that you placed there. So the cuticle bead, it must be dry as I said before, because you don't want it flooding the cuticle. Now for the white application, there was this bug in the background that was annoying me so much, so I had to cut out this part, but I will do the white application on my pinky nail so that you can see the real consistency of the white acrylic. So for the pinky, I did the same technique like I did for all the nails. I apply one or two beads to cover the lower part of the nails, then the apex bead, then the cuticle bead. I also wanted to say that this white acrylic, you know that white acrylic is normally messy, right? But this white acrylic is on the cleaner side because it didn't, compared to the ones I have, it didn't get stuck in my brush. Like it was just a little bit and I could just swipe it away, but the ones that I have, it gets stuck in there and I have to use acetone and stuff like that to take it out. Also, as beginners, I know that we might have a hard time with powder not powder liquid to powder ratio, and I just wanted to say that every acrylic is different, every brand is different, so you have to take your time to learn the liquid to powder ratio and the drying time, the setting time for each acrylic brand that you use. So if the same technique wasn't working with a brand that you were using before this or something like that, you have to take time to adjust to the acrylic that you're using now, if that makes sense. So when you have pigmented acrylic like this white one, make sure to encapsulate it with clear. So this is how the application looks. It is somewhat clean, and this is it after it's filed. Now I am going to be doing some artwork, some gel polish and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and add some base coat so that it will be easier for me to apply the gel polish to the nails. Some of them I didn't put the gel polish all the way down to the cuticle, and that's because no polish will be going there, so it doesn't really matter anyways. So in my last video, what I did when I was drawing the French tip was to place my hand on top of this jar and then draw the French tip on, and it worked great. But I don't know if it's because of the length, but it's not working out here. So what I had to do, I had to come off camera and draw it. So as I said, I draw the French tips off camera. Now I'm just filling in, just putting on the second coat of polish, white polish on all of the nails. The white nails, I didn't do two coats, I did one coat because the nail is already white. So here I'm just putting polish where I want my French, my cock, not French, sorry, my cock prints to go, my 3D cock prints. And then I am using my liner brush to make the line more sharp and precise. So I accidentally discovered this design. What I was trying to do, I was trying to figure out if the end of the nail art brush would be able to create cock prints, and I didn't want to put it on the white nails because I wouldn't be able to see it properly. So I put it on the pink part of the nail and I was, wait, this looks really good. And then I get the idea of doing it in the design and I don't regret it one bit. And I am actually looking forward to create I'm actually looking forward to create more nails like this. So after I have drawn on all the crack prints, I put white acrylic powder over them 2 times because I don't want the gel to show through. And I actually forgot the top coat, so I had to go back in between them with a little brush with top coat. So please remember to top coat your nails before the 3D cup print. And this is how they're looking. These are so pretty.
Bye, have a great time.